why do the consultation now after the fact? Boy, because we got into an uproar and decided to attack, and Oceana and everybody got together like, what the hell are you all doing? No, I mean, this is wrong. We had the right to know that this was going to happen way before it went to happen.
Then answer the question. Why wasn't it put out to the public? Answer the question instead of skate around it.
There is no way you could have told me that something this major does not carry an E.I.A. So I don't want to hear that right now.
Tension was high today as government officials met with tourism stakeholders in San Pedro. The purpose, it was to discuss the seismic testing to take place in offshore Belize. It's a decision that the cabinet approved, but the people do not agree, because they say there weren't any consultations. And from the start, the group let the government know just how they felt, and they spared no one.
This is all about, in the case of being completely transparent in terms of what we are presenting here. When I'm transparent in the sense that...
You have done this before this thing happened.
Okay, but you...
And so it started and continued for the duration of the program. Director of the Department of Geology and Petroleum, Andrea, attempted to explain the project. He was shut down by a stakeholder who said a diver had a bad experience because of the testing.
What this diver wrote about her dive in Turnip yesterday. She said she was underwater and a dive and it sounded like thunder clapping. And she thought it was thunder first because of it looked like it was going to rain. And then she realized after another one and another one that it wasn't thunder, that it was the sound of seismic airgun blasts. He said the calm underwater escape had been interrupted by blasts of acoustic energy. I'm sorry, keep going off. And the fish around us seemed to sense the disturbance too, and everything seemed to be on edge. I reluctantly ended the dive, the fear that the source of the blast was near and could cause harm.
1 kilometer, where did that come from?
That was done from a cursory review of other policies in other countries. The buffer zone sometimes range from 1 to 2 kilometers. We choose to recommend one that is still in the process of being finalized by mapping.
Related to the 1 kilometer buffer, bringing on what was said previously, how many other of those countries have a barrier reef?
And what about the lack of an E.I.A.? Well, the stakeholders also didn't accept it.
Ms. Alegria, I watched you on TV and what you said is false. It's false.
Yes.
Many of the information being set out there does not correspond with a lot of facts. There is no way you could have told me that something this major does not carry an E.I.A. So I don't want to hear that right now.
But why do the seismic testing? Well, according to Cho, it's for data purposes only, at least for now. It is being paid for and collected by a U.S. firm. But the people are skeptical.
I remember good, I think it's 2012. I signed, so my signature is in that Oceana was gathering over like 30,000 signatures that we don't want any of this. So why do you want to test if you don't have anything planned for the future?
The purpose of the survey is to collect data in an era that we don't have data. If the government wants to take a policy decision and in the future ban offshore exploration, they have to do it on the basis of something.
What is TGS's interest then?
TGS, I was explaining, like I said, the government is not paying for this survey from its budget. The way these surveys work, they are called multi-client surveys. I think Janelle had told me she had researched them. And how it works is TGS pays for the survey, and what they do is in the future, if the government makes a policy decision to do offshore exploration and drilling, they sell the data to interested companies who would apply to the country for a license, and they get back the revenues, they get back the cost from the survey. This survey costs about 1.8 million US, the multibeam about 1.3. So that's how they make their money in the future, and the country gets data. So it's a future cost return.
Why would they spend that money if they knew they weren't going to get it back? The government is saying they have no plans to drill, so
So why would this company partner with them if they knew they weren't going to get their money back?
Because data revenue costs from surveys like this can be made back in the future. It could be years because they're doing all over the world.
And stakeholders are not convinced. They believe this puts the tourism industry, their livelihoods, at risk. So why didn't Manuel Heredia speak up for them? Well, he said he did. Kind of. But he was still put on the spot.
I did caution that we're supposed to have a lot more consultation than what was made. Definitely, and I believe that there should have been more consultation. No doubt about that.
Everybody in this room is affected under your ministry.
Yes.
Ministry of Tourism. Mm-hmm. So, to be honest with everybody in this room right now, what the geo-scientific will stand up for us. In your community, your people, we are working your industry.
I said it before that whatever the outcome of this consultation is, I will forward that to the Prime Minister. If it's that nobody wants it, then that is what I will tell him. Anything that will be done that will affect our barrier reef or the livelihood of our stakeholders, I will be the first one to jump. That is, I can guarantee that.
The meeting ended early. The stakeholders were up in arms. And less than 3 hours later, government had suspended the seismic testing activities pending consultations.
I have relayed information to Prime Minister, and after hearing what he was had to say this morning at Ambergris, the government of Belize has decided that they will suspend.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.